What is good, people? Let me turn Loki need to start streaming again. I need to sort my mic settings out there, hold on. Oh, that's why. Is that why? Loki need to start streaming again. It's definitely that one. I need to sort my mic settings out there, hold on. That's why. That one. I don't know why my mic's such like bad quality right now. It's like a ringing sound. I don't know why my mic's such like bad quality right now. It's like a ringing sound. Trying to fix this shit. Well, maybe it's because of this in the background. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, that's good. What about... Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. I'm here for the trading. Oh. Hello, 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 hello. I think that's better. I think that's better.
And here's what's trading.
Yeah, I think that's calm. Alright, cool. Time to cook. It's been a while since we've done a live stream. I should maybe have used my other camera for the face cam, but it's kind of long. This guy pisses me off so much. So we have Asian session highs and Asian session lows. So now we've got to do the same for ES. If it's too loud, let me know. Turn the music down. If it's too loud, let me know. Turn the music down. Yo. What's it say now? Yo. Okay, I want that off.
If you go away, if you go away. Hi, bye. Ooh, 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 yeah, hey, down, hey, yeah, 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 yeah.
Alright, cool. That's fine.
4/5 my waist, pull up, do you no face, no case. Clown, yo bitch, get face, no time, get about.
And I'll just speak louder into here. That was why I was trying to figure out what the fuck all this background noise was, and it's just like some shit going on. Anyway, let me turn this down so I can myself think. So, coming into session, let me know if you guys can hear me as well. So, we've swept this level of buy-side liquidity. Asia highs have been taken, equal Asia highs, which is a high probability drawn liquidity. Also, if you guys want me to live stream more during the London session, I can. And just show you guys kind of how the analysis goes. Not London highs, equal Asia. I haven't traded a London session for so long. Properly. I haven't live streamed for so long. It's been time. I actually kind of miss it. So these are going to be Asia session lows. The reason why I don't trade London session as much because it's just not as volatile as the New York session. But you can still catch some really good moves. Yeah, look at that. That's 65 points right there. Even the PM session is more volatile than that. But still, it's like, it's very, even though your target is less, your risk is like very minimal. So it may not exactly be a bad thing. What do I think about Euro at the moment? I mean, I don't know, bro. I haven't traded Euro USD for time. That's what I used to trade. I would say Euro USD. Well, Euro USD is currently inside these two hourly gaps, bullish gaps right now. So until they get inversed, I would not be looking for shorts. Yeah. Oh wait, actually no, the 4 hour did get inversed. So the 4 hour got inversed.
At Vodafone, get the epic Samsung Galaxy S25 and save £432. Plus, save up to an extra £280 when you
We have this hourly right here.
ends 13th of May. Go online or
okay,
today.
So it actually has been inversed. So what I would do is, we have these hourly bearish gaps as well, which are being traded into. I think it's going to fill the gap and continue short. Yeah, that's what I would think as well. So as long as these get respected, I mean, this got respected earlier, but now it's been inversed. I think what I would want to see at least is, if I was trading Euro USD, is come and tap back into 50% of this range, and then look for a play short and take out sweep one of these highs. Maybe like this 15-minute high right here. We have some equal highs here. That could be a strong draw in liquidity. Sweep that, and then look for shorts. Because I don't really like looking for a setup unless there's actually it's actually valid. what do I trade? Usually I trade the Nasdaq. So, where has ES gone? I used to trade Euro USD, but that was a long time ago. Well, not really a long time ago, but back in October. Obviously for Forex, the London sessions, like, that's the better session, isn't it? More volatile to trade. What are we looking at on NAS? So we swept equal highs on the Asia session. And we're currently inside of a 1 hour bearish, 4 hour, well, not a 4 hour gap, but a 1 hour bearish gap, 30 minute, 15 minute. So taking any kind of longs, in my opinion, is not the smartest idea. London's better, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. So what I'd want to see us see happen is, because we haven't taken our Asia session highs on ES, which means, what does that mean? What does that mean, guys? Does anyone know what that means? Rich, I bet you know. I mean, it's easy. It's a bearish SMT, which is a high confluence, and it's a higher time frame bearish SMT. You know, you have like just smaller time frame, like if NAS hasn't taken a short term high, but ES hasn't, or ES hasn't, Nasdaq hasn't. That would be like a smaller time frame SMT, but we have a higher time frame SMT here because it's a strong draw in liquidity. So you can pull it up to there, and then look on here now. Bang. So we've taken our Asia session highs. We've had a sweep of liquidity, bearish SMT. So now simply, I'd want to see if okay, so we respected this 5 minute gap as well. So I'd want to see this 5 minute bullish gap get inversed before taking shorts, because the 5 minute time frame tells 70 to 80% of the time, the 5 to the 15 minute time frame will always tell the overall story. I don't trade SMC fairs. Oh, what do you trade then? Oh shit. Alright, cool. So we'd be seeing a displacement lower here. I'd want to see a displacement lower than this short-term low. By the way, just so you guys know, I am low-key in a losing streak, so I'm literally going to be trading paper until I pattern up with some dubs. I did take a PM session dub yesterday, but I lost both times in the New York session. So I'm currently down like 1,000 on my express funded. Do I still use Top Step? Yeah, bro. I've got two 150Ks with Top Step, and then I'm trying to get. I've just booted up 3 more combines for 50Ks, so that's the plan. Okay, so that would be my entry here. Should have taken it earlier, but I wasn't paying attention. Wait, is a 5-minute being inversed? Oh, okay. So I wouldn't actually have taken this yet, because the 5-minute hasn't been inversed. So yeah, I'm on a bit of a losing streak at the moment. I trade volume and breakouts with fib extensions. Oh, nice. Fairs. I used to use fib extensions, I think, back in like August. But yeah, until this 5-minute gets inversed though, I wouldn't consider taking. Okay, so the 5 minutes now been inversed. So now I'd need to see a further displacement lower and then the setup form. Or if we retest this 1-minute bearish again, then I'd get in. But that's the thing, like, even though this is coming down now, I wouldn't have got in for shorts, because this easily could have just run up, continued higher, and it inversed this 1-minute bearish. Why do you trade such low time frame? FVRP plus breakouts low-key underrated. Why do you trade such low time frame? Well, the lower time frame model is when I go into low time frame. Most of my analysis is high time frame. I start from the daily to the 4 hour to the 1 hour, the 30-minute, 15 to 5. I'm only looking for, firstly, yeah, I wouldn't take this. Because this has been inversed. This has already been filled, so this isn't valid to take. Like, I'm always looking on the 5 to 15, so you can see the reason. If I was, I wasn't exactly paying attention then, I can't lie. But if this was on the actual New York session, I would not be taking this, because the 5-minute has not been inversed. And until it has, then shorts are not valid. And then obviously after that's already done, the setup has already been tapped into, gone lower, so it's no longer valid. What's LTF? That lower time frame. Lower time frame. So either what price is doing is it's coming up and taking out this short-term high, and then we'll see a further displacement lower. So you can see here now we have a lower time frame bearish SMT, because this short-term high has been taken out, but hasn't been taken out on ES, which is another confluence that price is going to move lower, unless it does then go and take out this short-term high. But we still have that higher time frame bearish SMT, and you can see we've tapped into this. We've been inside this 30-minute bearish gap. But this is why the London session was just cooked. It's just straight up cooked because it's just slow. There's no like, there's not a lot of volume, man. And it's like, even if you were to get in for shorts and the whole thing played out, it's low probability that price is going to run all the way to Asian session lows straight away. I mean, maybe it might, but eventually, like in the New York session, it would. And so far in the London session, it's just like straight consolidation. The only good thing is your stop. Like your stop is literally like 7 points, which is minuscule. It's nothing. So I guess like if you're a high R trader, and if you guys don't know what high R means, basically it's just like a high risk to reward trader. So you only risk like 7 points and then make like 60. That's like what, a 1 to 6? My maths is terrible, but the London session would be good for that, because then you can increase your size because you're risking way less. And then if you're hitting 60 points on like a mini, that's a decent amount of money, that. Well, even on like any contracts, but like it's highly unlikely it's always going to run all the way to Asian session lows. So let's say you're targeting like 30 points, which is more realistic, because if you're targeting like this low right here, that would be like that move would be like 60-70 points on during the New York session. Way higher volume during that session. So ES still hasn't taken out this short-term high yet. So we still currently have a bearish SMT between the two. And I'll move my displacement to this short-term low, but I'd want to see this bullish gap get inversed first as well, along with the displacement, because the whole point is being paid. Right, this is the problem I've had this week. Because I've been losing, right? I've been winning so much. Okay, I'm not even trying to brag right now. I've been winning so much that I've kind of forgotten what it's like to lose. And this week, I've just gone on a fat losing streak. Like, I followed my risk management, but it's just like, I've just been losing quite a bit. So then I'm forcing like really bad setups. And because I'm forcing these really bad setups, I'm now just rushing things and I'm forgetting what it is I'm actually looking for, and I'm just losing patience. As soon as I see some sort of a setup forming during the New York sesh, I'm just like, bang, I'm in. And then I see the actual setup forming and I'm like, what am I doing? You know? So it's really just about being patient, and I know I preach it a lot and it is pretty fucking obvious, patience and discipline, but it's easier said than done. And that's really all it is, really. Just getting in for the trade when you're comfortable with it. That's the best way of doing it. If you're not comfortable with the setup, why are you getting in, bro? And that's not even me talking to you guys. That's me talking to myself. I need to go back and watch my own videos, take my own advice. You know those trading memes where it's like, when you're giving your homie advice but you low-key need it yourself. That shit applies to me, bro. Seriously cooked. London session is really going to test your patience, because it's not like the New York macro. At least you recognise the problem and know how to improve. Yeah, man. I think with a lot of people, they know what the problem is. But sometimes when you have a really bad ego, like, I'm guilty of having a fat ego before. Like, it's a lot better now, but before, like earlier in the months, like the winter months, I used to have a fat ego because I was just winning quite a bit, and it costed me accounts, cost me quite a lot of money, and I just needed to deflate it. It was way too inflated. I was way above my head, and the money that I'd made, I was basically just living above my means. Also, if we take this first short-term low, I wouldn't be getting in for shorts. And I was just living above my means, so it meant I was blowing a lot of money, especially when I went to Barcelona as well. Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about that. But I was blowing a lot of money and just losing a lot of capital and stuff. So I just really need to humble myself, and the best way to humble yourself is, if you don't trade properly, you're gonna get fucked. So that's kind of what's happened this week. And that's why I'm up this early in the morning, paper trading, because I used to be like, oh, what's the point of trading if it's not even real money, or I'm not going to get a payout out of it. But I think the best way of getting out of a losing streak and just getting back into your plan again is just simply paper trading. Simply paper trade and see where the problem's going, because when you're paper trading, there's no emotion attached. It's just straight, clear vision and taking what's sensible. Because some people, if they're not paper trading and they're seeing this, it's like, oh, it's going down. We haven't tapped into a bearish gap. We've taken the first short-term low, which means this trade's now invalid. And this short-term low, because this is basically a sweeper sell side, so this could easily just come back up and rally to the upside and run through this bearish gap. I still, like, if this was earlier this week, I would still be taking shorts, even though I know it's invalid. I literally told myself, if it takes the first short-term low, I'm not getting in. But I still got in, and then I lost. And then I'm like, okay, so whose fault is it? It's fucking mine, bro. You know, and it's just real shit. And then you gotta wait a whole another day to do it again. Well, the problem is that I got way too complacent, and I wasn't journaling, I wasn't back testing, I wasn't going over what was happening. And even when I won trades, I did like a 10-hour, I'm not even playing right now. I stayed up for the whole night. I think it was on, what day is it today? Friday. I stayed up the whole night, last night. I just went, and a bit of Wednesday, just back testing. That's why I look like a bit of a zombie right now. I was just back testing the whole night, and I realized that a lot of even my winning trades, I shouldn't have even taken them. They were invalid. So it's like, you know, you have your rules, but you still don't stick to them. I do stick to them, but it's just like things here and there that I just disregard, but like they're there for a reason. And that's why it's important. If your outside life is not disciplined, bruv, then inside is cooked. Trading's gonna be cooked. So we're coming up now, and we'll see what this trade's saying. Have to check what time I gotta get this fucking bus to school. $10:42. Ugh, long. Check what time the buses come back. $1:12. Bruh. Also, college, man. College is just freaking some cook thing. Because when you're in the college environment, yeah, I'll be thinking to myself, oh yeah, I can trade in college. But genuinely, when I'm sat here at my desk and I have like music playing, and you know, like I'm just in the zone. It's my environment. There's no one in here talking about their favorite color or speaking about some random shit to their friends, which I couldn't give a toss about. Like, it does get distracting. It will distract anyone. So I'm way more focused. Like, I can see everything that's going on. Well, not everything, but I'll be a lot more in the zone. So I think once college is just done, it's just done, I can properly focus and be patient. Because when I'm in college, I just want to leave. So then I rush setups and I'm like, alright, I'm going to get in this trade, I'm going to win it, and then I'll be done. And then if I lose it, it's like, I just want to kamikaze the whole library. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is what I mean, guys. So we're tapping into that lower 1 minute bearish. So that would be what's called first presented. So ICT says like, you take the first presented gap, and what the first presented gap means is basically the first one that presents itself. So I would be taking this one if we hadn't have taken this short-term low or this short-term low, because once it takes that short-term low, that's basically a sweep of liquidity and it's valid for price to go up. So why would you take a setup where price has a high probability and is valid to go up? If you take something where it's like, if you take setups where it's like, okay, price should not be going higher now, I don't see why price would be wanting to go higher, then that's good. Obviously that's good. But if you're taking it where it's kind of like 50-50 in terms of like this setup here got completely ran through because this bearish gap, this 5 minute hadn't got inversed yet, and then by the time it had inversed, this bearish gap had already got filled. And I remember my best ever trading month that I had was back in August. I made 9k that month on an eval. This wasn't like 9k for real. But it was on an eval. It was on a forex. It was on a forex prop firm, and you needed to make like 8k as a target. I made 9k that month, and I only traded 6 days of that month. You guys can go back on my channel back in that time. It was when I was in Malia. When I was in Malia as well. I made 9k that month. I only took 6 trades. I think the first week I made like 4.5k, and then the next week I took like 1 trade and I made like 1.5. Then the next week I didn't take a single trade, and then the next week I took 1 loss, which was like 590, and then the next week I took like a 1k dub. So, well, then forex firms are different to futures because they're 2-step, but yeah, and they're way more expensive. They're like quadruple the price, but you get a 10k drawdown, and it's not trailing either. It's static, which is kind of the difference. But with futures, it's obviously 1 step, easier to pass, but way easier to blow, and a lot cheaper. But then again, that activation fee, goddamn, that's a peak one. So now you're probably thinking, alright, what would I buy when Trump tells me to? That's pretty brave. But fair enough, bro. Whatever works, I guess, isn't it? All right, so for me, the next setup that I'd be considering to take would be, so far we're respecting this 1 minute bearish, but I'd have to see a displacement lower than this short term low, and we would have to not take this low right here. So if we take this low, these shorts would be invalid. If it comes lower and taps back in, say no more, I'll consider it. But until then, nah. And then for longs, it would have to sweep these lows or these lows, and then we can target these highs. But we're still respecting that 30 minute. We still have a higher time frame S&T. But again, like, what is this price action? The London session is just cheeks, bro. I mean, you get the odd good session, but let's check out Euro USD. What's it saying? Okay, so Euro USD is looking pretty clean. It's tapped into this 30 minute bearish gap. Oh, I hasn't even tapped into it yet. But we really haven't had any sort of sweep of liquidity. There's this high right here. I guess you could have said that I wouldn't have even had taken longs either. Like, what is there to take? How can you tell me there is a setup here? I mean, we're only 25 minutes in. There's still a whole half hour in the London session. Oh, well, the London macro. Oh. You know what? I'll show you guys the setup that I took yesterday. I'll show you the trades that I took yesterday actually on Nasdaq. So let's go on the Thursday, 2 o'clock. All right, cool. I'm just gonna remove all these because it's not really. I'll just put it back on if I need to. So looking at the 4 hour right now. Actually we've gone the 1 hour because it's a bit ahead. Go one forward. We're at 2 o'clock now. All right, we're at 2 o'clock. So looking at this, Nasdaq has now, we've taken out these highs, and then we've also now tapped into this 1 minute, not 1 minute, 1 hour bullish on there now. So I usually hop on for around 2:30, around that time when the New York session opens. So what's the time on this now? Oh, that's 2:45. Okay, we want to go back a little bit. So 2 o'clock. So combined with this 1 hour bullish gap, did we have a 4 hour? Yeah, so that's a 4 hour bullish gap as well. So combined with that 1 hour and 4 hour bullish gap, we also have that low, which you can see on the 50-minute time frame. So that would be a point of sell side liquidity. So my plan basically was coming into the session, because it's only 2 o'clock at this time. As we get closer to when we hit NY open, you'll see it just start to dump. Yeah, there you go. So we've now opened and we've swept that level of sell side liquidity. It actually formed equal lows. If you look there, we have a pair of equal lows now that's been formed. So what I should have done was I should have waited for price to have actually no, I wouldn't have done that. I don't know why I'm saying I would have done that, because I wouldn't have done that. I was gonna say I should wait for it to come back and take out this level again, but it's already swept sell side. So if my setup had played out and then went higher, I would have been like, oh, I should have traded because it swept sell side liquidity. So alright, anyway, back to the point. We can see that we haven't tapped into this 1 hour bullish on ES, which means that we have a high time frame bullish SMT. Because for SMTs, it's not only just it's not only if it's taken out a low, or if it's swept a low, or swept sell side, or swept buy side. If it hasn't tapped into an imbalance, and Nasdaq has, then that's also an SMT, because it's showing that one pair is weaker than the other. So looking at this now, we swept sell side. So now at this point, because we swept sell side, I want to see structure being built. And what I mean by structure is it basically accumulate. I'll show you what I mean. So it accumulates like that, and then we see it. I should have seen a little bit more, but what basically sold me was that we taken out this short-term low, because initially I had this short-term low marked out like this. Had that short-term low marked out. Bang. Oh, what the fuck. Like that, and then we formed equal lows, and then we displaced higher. So this short-term low would go to here now. So it goes to here. So in my opinion, when I was looking back at this, because I obviously record all of my trades. I was looking at it and I was thinking, yeah, this does look clean. Like in hindsight, when you look at it now, this looks like a clean setup. So I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I wouldn't take this, because I would take this. But there is one thing that I should have seen, which would have made me not take it. Now, the only reason why I would have maybe still taken it, even if I'd seen it, because of one, how damaged my confidence is. Well, it's not really damaged, but it's like at the time of when I've been trading earlier this week, it's just been fucked. Like I'm just not thinking properly. So yeah, there was a setup on, I think it was Tuesday. There was a setup on Tuesday which looked exactly like this. It was like the longs of the week. It ran for like 100 points. So algorithmically, it was so clean. But I didn't take it because we literally had so this is the setup that was forming, but instead of all this consolidation, there was literally two massive bearish 5-minute fair value gaps. So it's literally trading into two massive imbalances. So I was like, okay, I'm not taking this because I'm basically gambling on if it's gonna go higher or not, and I'm basically just praying that it runs through the bearish imbalances. So what I see here, what you guys can see here, we have a 5-minute bearish gap right there, and you can see how price tapped into it and basically faked me out. It went all the way up here, faked me out, and then just rejected and moved lower. Well, respected it. So you can see there, that's where the wick would have gone, but this now looks like as this displacement higher. We've inversed this bullish gap, but I should have seen an inverse on the 5-minute. There was no gap on the on ES, but there was a gap on NAS. We inversed this bullish gap as well on ES. So then we had that 1-minute bullish gap, and hold up, my mum's probably about to crash into my room, so is she gonna come? I don't know. I don't know if you guys can hear my dogs barking outside as well. I'm about to go strangle the fucking thing. By the way, that's not serious. Don't go be calling RSPCA on, man. So, okay, cool. We also have this bullish breaker. So this looked like a high probability setup for me. So once we tapped into this bullish gap, I was in. So I got a fill right there, and then I had my stop there. Now this was really weird because I should have had my stop at a short-term low, and my max stop loss is like 25 to 30 points. So I still had a couple points to deal with. So I literally had my stop here and not at the low. So, and this was me trying to be conservative, like trying to not risk too much on the setup. If I was thinking like that, I should have, 1, reduced my size, 2, not even have been trading that day, and not traded on my Express account. I should have traded on, just paper traded it. But anyway, I had my stop here, and it literally just ran through me, took me out, and went higher. If I'd had my stop at the short-term low, like I usually done, it would have come very close. But as you guys know, futures literally goes by the tick, literally to the tick. And if you get stopped, you get stopped. If you don't, you don't. Like, it literally has to take it out. So what I do is at the first short-term high, I move my stop loss to break even. Hence why, when I told you guys we were looking at the London session, if it takes that first short-term low, I'm not getting in, because that would have been my point of break even. So then if price comes back, I should be getting stopped to break even, and it would run higher. That's the whole explanation for that. But anyway, this is what it would have looked like if we had put my stop there. So price would have taken out that short-term high, and then I would have been break even, and then price would have taken me out at break even. But then what I done again, I got stopped to break even, and then it came back, and I got in for another long, because I thought like, oh okay, this is another displacement higher. We still haven't inversed the 5-minute, by the way, so I was definitely completely oblivious to that. And I just got ran through again, and then it hit my daily lockout, and I was done for the day. So that was my New York session crisis. It wasn't exactly a terrible trade. I bet hundreds of thousands of people took those longs and got destroyed. But as myself, I was disappointed because I didn't see that. If I saw the 5-minute, I wouldn't have taken it. But it is what it is. This is exactly why you got to journal and go over. Because now it's like, each time I say this, it's more engraved in my head that I am not taking the setup unless there are no 5-minute gaps, hasn't taken the first short-term low / high, or if it's trading into a 15-minute or something like that. So yeah, that was the New York macro, and then the second layer macro, I'll show you guys. There was actually a really clean long, but I'll show you why I didn't take it. So we swept sell side again. It was literally coming towards the end of the macro. So it would have displaced higher, and then some people would have got in for longs there. Yeah, there's nothing obviously stopping it. There is this 1-minute bearish, but I'm not too worried about that. It would simply have been, it simply would have been just the stop placement. Shut up and make a trade. Bro, there are no trades to take. Hold up. Told you, wait. Oh no, it's because I'm on replay mode. Blood's calling me a fool. Oh hell no. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. So the stop placement just wasn't valid here. This would have just got completely ran through. I have a bullish gap there, bullish gap here. So where are you gonna put it? Do you know what I'm saying? So stop placement just wasn't valid. Even though it did run over like, was it like 200 points, 300 points? Yeah, that was mad. That was mad. Alright, let's take a look at what the... Yeah, bro, see? What trades are here to take? Talking about shut up and make a trade. Oh. And that is how to avoid a loss 101. Advice I should have given myself. So for anyone who hasn't seen, we swept these equal Asia session highs. We had a high time frame bearish SMT, but now we no longer have that SMT because, oh no, we still have it, but I think ES will go to take it out now. So yeah, once that takes it out, we no longer have an SMT. We did get displacement lower, but the reason for not taking these shorts is, for one, let me show you real quick. So we had displaced lower, taking out the short-term high, but we took out this short-term low, then this short-term low. So this makes this trade invalid, and we hadn't inversed this 5-minute bullish gap. And by the time we had inversed it, it already filled that 1-minute bearish, so it was just completely invalid. Clearly go long, don't wait. I mean, it's not really clear to go long. There are no trades here, bro. Only because it's on the 1 minute. If you look at the 5 minute, look at PA on the 5 minute. You're telling me there are trades there. You must be on some different kind of crud, bro. You must be fucking got that Cali pack. Imagine being fried whilst trading. Just being absolutely off your nut whilst trading. I might have to try that. That'd be pretty fun. Just have a gambling session. Full port all the funded accounts. Make some generational wealth. No, that would probably not end up very well. Yeah, just because the 1 minute looks clean doesn't mean, you know, the 5 or the 15. And by the way, even if you had taken longs there, even if you had somehow bottom ticked NQ, well, actually 45 points is not bad. That's respectable, bro. But yeah, man. $20250 in 15 minutes. 20250. Yeah, maybe. But it's not in my model, so obviously I'm not gonna take anything, bro. Or should I just full put my funded accounts? Maybe I should. Yo, bro could be cooking right now. What I want to know is what makes you think that it's going to 2-0, 250. Like, I'm genuinely asking. I'm not trying to diss the thing.
jump on my line, yeah. I cannot serve you a dime, no. Wait, I cannot let you hit it. You can hit a blunt, but I can't hit
Bro's
it
actually
all the
cooking.
time, yeah, fuck it up. I'm real
JJ's the market maker.
Damn. Been caught a case and I did fold. You ain't catch a case that you been told. You got a lot of Zan, that's a low bow. I got a big stick, that's still dope. Big balls on my shit, it's stendo. Big balls on my shit, it's stendo. Got a few young niggas on payroll. Ready to murk on the say so. Got a cousin named Juan, got a plug named Pedro. All of my nigga about queso. All of my nigga about cheese. She running, she screaming OGs. She crying, she beg on her knees. I pop me the Zenny and Bean. I might just OD in the dream. I'm rolling so hard with my team. I get hell away all the lean. When I'm on the drug, I'm complete. Chugging the link, can't compete. She sucking my dick in my sleeve. Chugging the link, can't compete. She sucking my dick in my sleeve.
Do we have any news today?
What's your big idea? I'm Mr. Beast.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Mr. Beast.
Business. Welcome.
This music video from Southland rap group Shoreline Mafia shows them partying in a kitchen with something you're more likely to find in your medicine cabinet. Rappers pouring prescription-grade cough syrup into soda and sipping, even holding up a bottle with a gun in hand. Referred to as its street name, Purple Drank, Dirty Sprite, Scissor for Lean, locally based rap group Shoreline Mafia is known to take their love of lean to another level.
Nightmare Tales was good, bro.
After Fox 11 first aired
How's
the
it going,
story
bro?
promo, members of Shoreline Mafia posted to their Instagram account this response.
Expletive Fox, we sippin' juice for life.
And we want to say that we asked Shoreline Mafia for an interview for this piece about lean appearing in their music videos.
Yo,
They
should I
have
go
declined
live more, you
interview.
lot?
They also took to their social media accounts to tell their
Do our
followers
backtesting
that
sessions.
They declined our request.
Trade the London session. Might have to start doing that again. Just chill. Different level of lock-in this summer. You know what? We're gonna do it every single day. We are gonna go live.
Bitch, I got lean on me right now. I been sipping juice right around in the coupe. Niggas selling lean on me like wild.
Let's do it.
We sipping gold. I can't sell no shit to you. I been pouring red, drop it in a big blue. My nigga, who is you? What you really tryna do? Say you really bought it, then my nigga make a move. All my niggas crazy, you could really make the news. I'ma drop 8 ounces in a 2-liter soda. Little baby, can you hold her? Cause a nigga tryna pull up. Been sipping for a week and now a nigga finna throw up. I got a pistol on me, I ain't worried what you throw up. Little bitch, what? I'm off that shit. I've been drinking cough syrup with no cough and shit. All these niggas talking juice, I need to stop that shit. You ain't nothing like me on me, I need my script. This ain't cheap, little bitch. Check the belt on these jeans and GPS on WAPO.
To be fair, if we had come down, I did say it earlier, if we had come down and taken out this low, this level of sell side, and then we form this setup. Could have got in for that.
You still sis a rock, my nigga, I do lean. Fuck bottle service, nigga, pop the seal on the 16 security for.
But then again, that's just a big if.
My bitch so thick, 38 in the jeans. She sucking my dick, said it's tasting so good. She just set him up, so we taking this cream. Bitch, I'm a dog just like Gizmo. I stay sipping pink and it ain't Pepto Bismol.
I'll show you guys the PM session win from yesterday. So we go to 6:30.
And you know she get top for the whole crew. Pop, pop, pop if we roll through.
So the PM session's at 1:45 New York local time. Just hit, now you expect me to hold you down. Bitch, I'm the wave, you gon' drown. I'm popping that down as I do number frown. I might keep you round if you like. So I saw we had this 30-minute bullish gap.
I'm the talk of the town. Jeans hold the beam and the beam hold me down. She say she your queen, but she just let you down. She fucked the whole team, now you kissing her mouth. Now we kicking her out. Fuck the whole team, now you kissing her mouth. Hey. Now we kicking her out. Hey. What's the deal?
big bottles today, huh?
Feel me? I'm trying to focus on lean or focus alcohol.
Fuck liquor. Okay, so look, Ralphie got the last of my red, but got a little bit of walkie.
So we swept this out of the sell side, tapped into the 30-minute bullish. So I was definitely not looking for shorts. There are not a chance I'd be looking for shorts. I can't lie, I'm on a bit of a shoreline run right now. Oh, jog on, you little fucking. So we had a bit of an accumulation. Taking out this short-term low.
This music video from Southland rap group Shoreline Mafia shows them partying in a kitchen with something you're more likely to find in your medicine cabinet. Rappers pouring prescription-grade cough syrup into soda and sipping, even holding up a bottle with a gun in hand.
What's the deal? Is it still? What you smoking? Boy, you smoking on some kill? Put a bad little bitch on the pill, and she for the whole team. That's how you feel. What's the deal? Is it still? What you smoking? Boy, you smoking on some kill? Put a bad little bitch on the pill, and she for the whole team. That's how you feel. What's the deal? Keep it real. I'm on the molly and I'm rolling like some wheels. If you for me, then I might pay your bills. I write designer shit and all that shit real.
So this high, prices can't take out that high would make this long invalid.
Keep quiet, keep it real. Got a nigga, but he ain't really real.
So then that was the longs that I took. Took it off this bullish gap right here, first presented. And then we also have this mitigation.
If you chillin' with your bitch, I can come and fuck you both. Niggas frontin', they some bitches, you a liar and a host. And I just got the top cause I ain't gonna poke. 30 hanging like a rope, dirty dancing with the foe. I just popped the seal and the pill, this verse what I wrote.
We're targeting this high, so once we then took out this first short-term high, that would be my point of break even. So bang, we took it out, I was break even. And then look at that, look how unlucky that is, bro. Came out, wicked me at break even, and then yeah. I was on the verge of crash out, but it is what it is. That is basically the story of how this week has gone, just like break evens and L's. And usually the dubs would make up for the losses, but when it's break even, there's not much you can really do about that. But yeah, that was what the PM session long looked like. The PM can give some good setups, to be fair.
This your bitch, she get dope, I'm on go, I get dope, I fuck hoes, I put foes, what's the deal? Keep it real, this we fucking, we can't chill. She gon' fuck me with a friend, I put them both on Zenny pills.
This is nice now.
Is it still? What you smoking, boy? You smoking on some kill? Put a bad little bitch on the pill, and she for the whole team. That's how you feel. What's the deal? Is it still? What you smoking, boy? You smoking on some.
So we have this higher time frame breaker as well. So possibly could tap into that and then move lower. Unless price just wants to keep running higher. But I guess with the UK and US trade deal as well, that could be good news for the NAS. For NQ. That was why Trump was speaking during the NY session last night. Not last night. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello, darling. What's that one? That was a bit. Oh, that was. I mean, I'm not complaining, but anyway. When Trump was speaking during the New York session yesterday as well. I guess that was the reason for, well, partially the reason for the big push in the second AM session. So ES is now taking that high.
want right, was going halves on a thing. I put my all in this rapping, bro, I never get no days off. I've sat up in them country spots for months till it pays off. Mum's working crazy hours, never seen her face a lot. If I'm not getting paid, can't even think about basing. Not been trying to live good, but you can't if you ain't making guap. If you've not got the heart, then you might as well get a basic job. It's hard when you end back at the start. Once you take a loss and feds come raid the spot.
Actually, look, this looks like a clean short.
Started in a flats, in a band where it stinks of crack. This dude I got his 10-10, so of course they're gonna ring me back. No money for a parcel, so they're right that we're sticking, man. Out of town grafting, trying to focus on a bigger plan. Money's low, money's up, I've been there in a fucking rock. Can't even scrape 20 bags, it's hard when you're coming up in a bando with a half a slab. While me and bro cut it up, got knitters always belling on the phone, cause they know it's good. I used to love going Ivy Nicks to blow a few quid. I was broke, I was struggling, man, so something had to give. Selling work at aggravated bergs, it's mad how we live. We thank God for all these brand spanking merch that we're
So simply, Naz was just pushing until ES finally took that level. So this would be my point of break even. And then targeting that low.
None of us are chatting. I ain't losing no sleep, cause if I want it then it's pattern, bro. All I see is city lights, I'm living like a boss now. Bentley Continental, got me chilling with the
So this break even point is valid because that's the first short term low and it's combined with that 5-minute bullish gap. So once we tap into that 5-minute bullish, I'll definitely be looking to go for break even. Did you pay for trading views so you can get the exact times on it for NQ and ES? Yeah, so you gotta have the real time data, otherwise you can't trade that. So there you go, we'd now be break even here. So completely risk-free trade now, guys, if you were to get in on this with around 7 minutes left in the macro. So that is a really clean setup. So simply we saw that ES was pushing a little bit, hence why Naz was pumping. And once we took in that level of Asian session highs for ES, because ES is the main mover of the futures market. Whatever ES is doing, let's say you're going in for longs, right? Let's say you're looking for longs, right, of a setup, but you're waiting for a 5-minute bullish to get inversed before you get in for it. If ES has inversed it, but Nasdaq hasn't, you can get in for that long because ES is the main mover. If it's inversed, then it's likely Nasdaq will follow. So at this point, I would be definitely break even, and then you just let price do its thing at that point. Add to the long. Nah, bro, it's not in my model. Gotta follow your model. And plus, we're inside of a 30-minute bearish gap. I would not be taking any longs here, bro. Not a chance. If it decides to play out, then it plays out, but these are clean shorts, bro.
Everywhere I go, they wanna fuck me. Must be. Oh, my nigga who got the musty. It must be OGs, cause he stay serving custody. They ask me how I'm feeling, my nigga, I'm feeling lovely. It must be. Everywhere I go, they wanna fuck me. Must be. Oh, my nigga who got the musty. It must be OGs, cause he stay serving custody. I'm bustin', no tussling. Bad bitch a eater, that ain't for discussion. She bustin' and gushing, and drippin' and moaning when I get the fucking. Foo nigga sip on nothing but tussin'. I'm pouring the quality, I'm throwing my youngins. I pour with my youngins, I go with my youngins. We blowing in hundreds and blowing in woods. I'm a nice ass nigga, but I'm misunderstood. Got a rich little bitch and she.
If this was the New York session, this would be this would be like an 80-point move. Add to the long, stop loss sweep. I don't know why you would long at a at external range point of liquidity. At internal range you can long, but this is external range, bro. Asian session, I would not. Hell no. It also, I guess, it would depend what time frame you're trading. So I would take a partial here if I was on the semi-funded. So the reason for this shorts as well, so we obviously had a sweep in a short-term high. ES is swept by side liquidity, and then we displaced lower. We hadn't taken this first short-term low either, and we had no 5-minute gaps that were possibly contradicting the setup, so it made it valid. So whoever's been on this stream, I hope it's helpful to see my thought process fully behind what I'm basically trying to look for.
They ask me how I'm feeling, my nigga, I'm feeling lovely. It must be everywhere I go, they wanna fuck me. Must be, oh my nigga, who got the musty? It must be OGs, cause he stay serving custody. They ask me how I'm feeling.
So there we go. You could either
everywhere I go, they wanna fuck me. Must be, oh my nigga, who got the musty? It must be OGs, cause he stay serving custody.
I found my old phone today in a box.
they heal. So ES hasn't taken that low yet. So currently currently have a lower time frame bullish SMT. And all it's doing is, guys, even though I'm not actually in this trade on my funded, it just adds confidence to when you're in a losing streak, to show that you can do it, you know what you're doing, just sort your head out, mate. Because it's no good, like, what I realised was, I just thought like, oh, if I keep trading, it's gonna, also, if price is algorithmic, they should respect every bearish confidence and move lower. But yeah, if you just keep trading, you just continue to lose if you don't like sort it out and follow your plan properly again. You need to. The market doesn't care about your account, bro. It's just simple as that. Like, obviously there are probabilities, but the probabilities are when you're actually trading the correct setups. So ES has now taken that low, so we no longer have a bullish SMT, which is good.
Gotta go. I got a boss bitch, I can't keep a little hoe. I do it how I want, I don't gotta sell my soul. And I sell blue pills, you can smoke off.
So yeah, I'd recommend, if you guys are in a losing streak, just simply paper trade until you hit a few trades and you're running it back up again.
I wouldn't kiss it. Hit, I go missing. You hit it in mission. Hit from the back, that's the only position. Free my nigga Greedo out the motherfucking prison. We still rapping dope, cooking coke in the kitchen. Ay. No sheets on top of my bed. Then I'll be here in the morning. No sheets on top of my bed. In the morning. No sheets on top of my bed. Then I'll be here in the morning. She's only here in the morning. Trippin' that sauce, yeah, you heard what I said. Yeah, Grace Drew Watts, I'm a thoroughbred. Yeah, trippin' that sauce, yeah, you heard what I said. Yeah, Grace Drew Watts, I'm a thoroughbred. No sheets on top of my bed. No sheets on top of my bed. Yeah, shit, no sheets on top of my bed. bed. Hit that bitch in my head. No shit's on top of my bed. Ooh, hit her with a trap rope.
JJ, bro, what are you even saying right now? Bro, you are... I don't know what strategy you're trading, bro. But this is the best model in the game, bro. Best model in the game. Trust. Shit. Beat was good, but I just fucking ruined it.
This ain't a milli rock, this a money dance, and my dick ain't hard, that's a 30 in my pants. I got 30 of them bands, I'ma make a script of dance, and I'ma fuck a nigga bitch, cause he nerdy, she a fan. The molly either white or it's yellow like some sand. If you need it, hit my line, no, I got it on a man. I see cotton thizzle zans, that's what made me all these bands. Niggas talking hella reckless, so we laying all these hands. Bands, all I think about commas. 30 and a 40, all I think about drama. I'm finna get this money, give it right to my mama. Playing with the chicken, you gon' meet all the llamas. Bands, all I think about commas. 30 and a 40, all I think about drama. I'm finna get this money, give it right to my mama. Playing with the chicken, you gon' meet all the llamas.
I need money, I need weed, I need drink. Niggas knocking, ain't a fiend and I'm straight. These niggas telling stories, but they don't be who we think. Talking like you ain't a pussy, but he lying in your face. I've been bossing since a rookie, watching niggas from the back. Smoking cookie out the packet, shooting niggas rocking black. Keys getting taxed, I guess I'm back to selling crack. Got a lick for a couple racks and tell a nigga where it's at.
This ain't a milli rock, this a money dance, and my dick ain't hard, that's a 30 in my pants. I got 30 of them bands, I'ma make a script of dance, and I'ma fuck a nigga bitch, cause he nerdy, she a fan. The molly either white or it's yellow like some sand. If you need it, hit my line, no, I got it on a man. I see cotton thizzle zans, that's what made me all these bands. Niggas talking hella reckless, so we laying all these hands.
I said, big juice, but you niggas probably knew that. I'm riding around with 2 straps, I'm wavy like a do-rag. My niggas see a lick, we finna hit it, niggas do that. I cheated on my bitch, I'm about to go and buy a new bag. You niggas almost made it, but you didn't, nigga, too bad. I'm cashing, counting 40 bands out the back end. What happened? Niggas talking reckless till we spazzing. Popping in my nigga, you ain't really about that action.
Tell that bitch to send them clothes right now. I'm tryna get it, tryna get this shit going right now, right now. I've been digging all these phones like how, nigga. How you turn a cool 100 to a like out, like that? This shit regular, baby, I swear to God. No, you can't compare with us, lady, yo, this the mob. All my niggas ready like Freddy if it's a problem. Chop a nigga nice, spaghetti up in the pot.
This ain't a milli rock, this a money dance, and my dick ain't hard, that's a 30 in my pants. I got 30 of them bands, I'ma make a script of dance, and I'ma fuck a nigga bitch, cause he nerdy, she a fan. The molly either white or it's yellow like some sand. If you need it, hit my line, no, I got it on a man. I see cotton thizzle zans, that's what made me all these bands. Niggas talking hella reckless, so we laying all these hands.
Give it right to my mama. Playing with the chicken, you gon' meet all the llamas, nigga.
After Fox 11 first aired this story promo, members of Shoreline Mafia posted to their Instagram account this response. Expletive Fox, we sippin' juice for life. For life.
B-boy taught me, B-boy taught me. Do that shit.
I've been ballin' out, boy, it ain't nothing major. I can never switch, I can never be a hater. Tryna hit a lick, you get hit with the lasers. I'm smoking hella pack while I count up this paper. Ballin', this ain't no free throw. Got your bitch on my dick, she a freak hoe. Poet 6, I remix while she D-throw. Drop the top off the whip, but bitch, this ain't a G-throw. Fast whiz, bad bitch, you know when how we go. I'm a me go, I ain't talking about the trio. In the pack, hella musty, smell like some
So at this point, when trading your stop loss, you always want to trail your stop loss to previous short-term highs because it shouldn't go any higher than that. If it goes any higher than that, the trade's invalid. It's gonna run higher. So I'd have my stop like here.
I've been balling out, boy, it ain't nothing major. I can never switch, I can never be a hater. Tryna hit a lick, you get hit with the lasers. I'm smoking hella pat while I count up this paper. I be fucking hoes, but it ain't nothing major. Oh well, baby, you ain't know I was a player. Running around the city, think I should run for mayor. Let a bitch choose up, you the type of nigga save us, damn. All you niggas disappointments. Nut on your bitch, rub it on her like some ointment. Catch your bitch on the way, she
Alright, so we've tapped into a 5-minute bullish, hence why we're kind of messing around at this level. But let's say if we were to have taken final TP there. Okay, so that still would have been near enough a 1 to 2. I've been balling out, boy, it ain't nothing major. I can never switch, I can never be a hater. Tryna hit a lick, you get hit with the lasers. I'm smoking hella pat while I count up this paper. I've been balling out, boy, it ain't nothing major. I can never switch, I can never be a hater. Tryna hit a lick, still think it can run to these levels.
I'm smoking hella pat while I count up this paper.
As long as we inverse that 5-minute. Bro, these songs finish way too quick.
Stay so close to me that you would think we neighbors. That pussy not what he supposed to be, cause his mama raised him. We had a clear shot on his head, but I think God saved him. You never walked up, hit your man, you probably never grazed him. Hey, I'm a real gangster, this some shit you can't rehearse. My pocket used to hurt, now I get racked to spit a verse. God bless me with some accuracy on the day I was birthed. Every time we get the drops, I'm the one who go scope it first. I'm in this car, they go so fast that it came with some merch. I go get free shit out the stove cause I'm fucking the clerk. He was talking gangsta on the net till we found where you work. I can get you whacked for a little cash or a couple of perks. Took a nigga pole, shots to why you do that though. Hey, I'm from South Memphis, we brought up in gorilla mode. If you don't deserve it or won't shoot it, we gon' let them know. I'm tryna break down the Cuban and add me some GG4, let's go. Thought we was gon' ride the SRT, I got that hard look. We just threw a party on your block and didn't include a gift. I'm smoking exotic to the foul, almost burn my lip. I'm having shock lotto mixed with power on 15 is Jabba. Stay so close to me that you would think we neighbors. That pussy not what he supposed to be, cause his mama raised him. We had a clear shot on his head, but I think God saved him. You never walked up, hit your man, you probably never grazed him. Hey, I'm a real gangster, this some shit you can't rehearse. My pocket used to hurt, now I get racked to spit a verse. God bless me with some accuracy on the day I was birthed. Every time we get the drops, I'm the one who go scope it first. I'm in the field with choppers, you can't come up on that turf. And I'm from Kill Branch, we known for killing killers.
Everyone screaming, gang ain't gang. Everyone screaming, gang I can't hang. Everyone screaming, gang. Everyone screaming, gang, gang, gang.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh! Oh!
Please stop playing, boy.
At this point, it's like I'm begging. Shit. If I gotta fight for love, then shit. It's like I don't even want
Get
it.
money, nigga. We'll blow this shit on a nigga bitch.
I'm gonna let that Mac fly just like my nigga dope.
You know what I mean? Baby, can you help me? Baby, can you help me? Baby, can you help me? I'm trying to get my life together, leave these hoes alone. Pray to God I can leave the streets, this thing is shit getting more than old. Baby, please don't leave it, every day her heart getting more than cold. I'm tired of piping these bitches up, I'm topping shit like provolone. I'm trying to run my bitches up, at the same time watch what them crackers on. Bitch, I call you ain't picking up, what the fuck these hoes be on? I just went about 14 acres, you stay up in the motorhomes. Need a bad bitch with low body count to put my focus on. Nigga, he tried to eat my career, truth be told, which one of them I'm taking home? Bitch, I'm ballin' on all these niggas. Same court that the Lakers on. I'm more up than all these niggas. Baby girl, my paper long. Do you love me? Do you trust me? Say you got my back, but it's that paper got you wanna fuck me. Can I keep it real for a second, but baby, would you judge me? I can't lie, I ain't been the same since them niggas stuck me. That shit corrupt me. I'ma get back even if I get life, trust me. Till then, nigga, I'm kick back in the cup, popping up on bubbly. Look your nigga in the eyes and tell him I say he can't fuck with me. If I take it to my house and stick it in, that little bitch stuck with me. Little bitch playing mind games, trying to trick my mind frame. You block me, bitch, I won't call you back. I promise it's just a mind thing. In that Hellcat, hit the gas, you hear that wine, ain't it? Up the 100 pack, I'm talking way before I got signed, baby. Why I ain't got no hits on you? I guess it ain't my time yet. Promise to stay down with this shit until my eyes go blind, yeah. Told you, bitch, I'm done with all that cheating, stop that crying, yeah. Same shit I said the last time, but I ain't done yet. Fucking another bitch, I told you I'm out here getting mine, yeah. So you I'm on the way, but I'm still fucking, bitch, I ain't come yet. Bought you another whip, but you just speak on what I ain't done yet. Yeah, I cheat on you, want you the realest bitch I love, man. Do you trust me? Say you got my back, but it's that paper got you wanna fuck me. Can I keep it real for a second, but baby, would you judge me? I can't lie, I ain't been the same since them niggas stuck me. That shit corrupt me. I'ma get back even if I get life, trust me. Till then, nigga, I'm kick back in the cup, popping up on bubbly. Look your nigga in the eyes and tell him I say he can't fuck with me. If I take it to my house.
Alright, so from that point, ES would have taken the final target. So if ES takes your final objective, you just close out, and at that point, we were literally a tick off. Alright, literally a tick. So, yeah, there you have it. Because, as I said earlier, ES is the main mover of the futures market. So if ES takes your final objective, you're out. You close your position. Because as you can see right there, instantly have a reaction to the upside. So there you have it, guys. That is an example of, you know, how to properly trade the ICT Silver Bullet in the London AM macro. And don't listen to what this fucking JJ guy's saying. Bro says, sharp, make a trade, clearly go long, don't wait. 20250 in 15 minutes. This is why you stick to your own plan and don't just follow what people are saying. Madness. Literally no reason to be going long when we're at internal range liquidity. Internal range liquidity, and ES is simply just moving slower to take out that level, and then we finally had that move short. So whoever stuck for the stream, I hope you have enjoyed. I'm gonna hop off now so I can journal this and then get ready for the rest of the day and hop back on for the New York macro, but I won't be streaming for the New York session. I'll be locked in, but I'll film it and then trade recap it for you guys later for whatever happens. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow for our backtesting session. So yeah, peace you lot.